Another beautiful April day in New Hampshire. I got a sweat tent. It's right there. My strategy is to go inside, lift it up. I've had this thing a little over a month, and today I wanted to tell you the good, the bad, the ugly. Is it worth it? Clearly there have been a few things that have not gone ideally, like the fact that it's a blizzard outside and it's the middle of April. But let's talk about the sweat tent. Despite what you just saw, this thing's actually pretty sturdy. There was a lot of heavy snow. We probably have 6, something like that, inches of wet snow. So apparently that's how much this thing can handle. I've been using this almost every day for the past month, so I feel like I've given it a pretty good test. These things are meant to be outside. They're meant to be like a semi, permanent thing, but it's also, 50 pounds or something, and you can like pick it up, move it around, maybe 60 pounds, and you can bring it somewhere else. So I think that's what really attracted me to this. Is I'm not at a place where I want to build some like $5,000 sauna somewhere that I'm never gonna move, and this thing, I can just move it. Like the first day I set it up, it was facing the wrong direction from what I ended up wanting it to be, and I just like turned it, and it was really, really cool. It is actually really solid. Besides, apparently when there's 6 inches of wet snow on top of it. I do want to talk about a burn that happened, but I'll tell you about that in a second. But first, let's talk about some of the positives of this. Namely, this fireplace right here, which is quality. It was so much better than I thought it would be. It's so simple, yet it works really, really well. You just season it outside, you put it in here. Got some handles. It's probably getting hot already. I just go ahead and put in some paper, a fire starter, and then I've been cutting up wooden pallets because I had a bunch I needed to get rid of. I haven't even used real firewood yet, so I don't know how much better it would be with actual wood, but with this, it gets up to like 170 in about 20 minutes, which is sweet. You could tell whoever designed this thing like actually probably uses it and gives it crap, because like the windows right here are awesome. I close them generally when it's heating up, and then I open them once it's warm enough, and it heats up a little bit faster that way. On the outside, there's little details like the Velcro where the door can slap to. The zippers have a little glow in the dark thing on them so you can see them. The outside of this you can just stake down, and then I also put some center blocks around the outside. It also came with some like tie down things that I didn't use. Maybe that would have helped the structural integrity. Probably would have, but it seemed like a lot of work, so I just stuck it on the ground. A few really cool things that come with this that I think are worth it. One would be this box of rocks that heats up, and then you can pour water on top. It really takes this to the next level. It also comes with this bucket that I think is like 50 bucks, and a ladle. You're gonna need something to put the water on, so I also think that is very much worth it as well. Another thing is this bench. You're gonna need to sit on something, and this bench like smells really good. It's super solidly built. It only took like 5 minutes to put together with basic tools, which is really cool. And then you can sit in it, you can lay down on it. You could fit 2 to 3 people, probably wouldn't want to do more than 2. For the price, you're not gonna really be better going anywhere else. So I would say if you're gonna get this, I would get the whole package. I think that's totally worth it. It also comes with this thermometer, so you can see how hot it gets. For me, I haven't gotten this too much over 170-ish, and I haven't been able to, because I've like almost, like I feel like I'm dying. I can't last more than like 15-20 minutes at 170, so until I can get a little over that, I'm not even gonna try too hard to get it past that, even though the main goals that you want to shoot for is the 176 to 212, because that's where you get most of your benefits, which I'm sure I would if I like actually had real wood and could survive that. But right now I'm still working my way into the whole sauna world. So 175 in there, the hottest I've had it yet. I would just like to get to the point where I can think about things while I'm in the shower besides like surviving and wondering if my lips are gonna burn off. I will say I feel so much less stressed than I did earlier. Like my shoulders are all loose. I feel really good. It also comes with this hat that totally keeps you from dying, because it gets so hot in here that your head gets really hot. So this is definitely something that I can hardly use this without it. It really helps. So before we get to a couple of the negatives that I've found over the past month, I kind of wanted to give you my overall opinion on this. First of all, I would say if you're not ready to get, the barrel style saunas that are a couple $1,000s to $5,000 to $7,000 to $8,000, then this is probably a no-brainer, best bet. I've already recommended it to friends and family. Like, this thing is so solid for the amount of money that you're paying for it, and you can get up to those crazy hot temperatures. And then again, you can move it around if you need to super easily. So I think this is a absolute no-brainer. If you do want to buy one of these, there's a link and a code down below with $100 off. You can use the code GABE. If you want to support the channel, don't forget to do that. Also, feel free to subscribe. let's talk about one of the negatives real quick, and that is that burn that happened right there. To the best of my knowledge, I did not secure the tent properly, and there was a big gust of wind on like this wicked windy day, and like trees were blown over his whole thing. And I think the tent like literally tipped up on its side and it burned itself right on that. Now I did contact Sweat Tent and they offered to send me another tent or patches, and I just decided to go with the patches because the tent's already here. It literally makes no difference. I haven't even bothered patching that because it still gets way too hot way too fast, and if anything that like maybe helps with airflow. That was probably on me. They've said that it's never happened before, but I did want to bring that to your attention. The other thing is, like you probably saw, it doesn't do well when there's 6 inches of wet snow that I could hardly lift up. So that kind of makes sense. Maybe tie downs would help with some structural integrity, but man, that was heavy snow. But when you do think of a tent, you don't think of something like this. Like, this is sturdy. They've done tests. It doesn't let off any harmful chemicals, doesn't smell like anything. It's really solid. I would expect this to last for a really long time. I'm interested to see how long it will last, because I think it's going to be a long time even living in New Hampshire here. So maybe it's not the most in detailed, but that's my overall review after 30 days. I think this is like a no-brainer. Like I've said, check it out, use the link down below, and let me know what your thoughts are. If you have any follow-up questions, I'm happy to do a follow-up video. Have a good one.